So my name is Dr. V. Anil Kumar, Kakatiya Government Degree College, Anamkunda. So my subject is zoology. Today's topic is induced breeding, and it is also called hypophysation. This is one of the important topic in the fifth sem. So induced breeding, it is a very most significant advancement technique in the aquaculture. This technique, it is very important. The pituitary hormone is main important. This pituitary hormone is synthesizing the gonadotrophic hormones, and the why the induced breeding we have to do in the aquaculture, some of the reasons are there. In this one of important thing, the spawns are collected from the natural water. It is not pure. So the sorting of pure seed is quite impossible. This is also one of the reason, and availability of seed is quite uncertain. And induced breeding is it is entire year. It is throughout the year. This induced breeding is highly demand, and generally easily learn by layman without much training. So the fishermen did not take much training for doing of induced breeding, and cost of expenditure is also very low than the natural collection of spawns. So these are the things which are important for doing of induced breeding. So in the induced breeding, we are following. There are four main types. One is important one, that is pituitary gland extraction, and HCG, and third one is ooprin, and fourth one is ovotide. So in this one important thing, induced breeding, this pituitary gland extraction, it is this process is very effective. We can obtain pure seeds from the cultivable fishes, and this process is going on in the extensive scale in India, and not only in India, in other countries in the world. And main important in the induced breeding in this involve one mature female and male fish. So this, from this we can extract the pituitary glands taken from other mature fishes. So for this process of induced breeding, behind that there are a lot of research is done, and some of the research uh, topic articles which are here in this. One is USE is performed experiment on small viviparous catfish with extract of pituitary gland prepared from another fish. So like that, these are the research articles which are published in different journals for the topic of the main induced breeding. There are a lot of research is done this induced breeding. So these are the articles which are very important, which are very similar to the pituitary gland induced breeding. So in the different fishes, how we are done the induced breeding in the different fishes, and how to prepare the pituitary gland extraction. The different authors, they are given different opinions, and in the different fishes also. So this pituitary gland in the induced breeding is mainly the main pituitary gland is secretes gonadotrophic hormones. The gonadotrophic hormones are one is FSH and LH, follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormones. So these both hormones are secreted throughout the year. So this FSH causes growth and maturation of ovarian follicles in the females, and a luteinizing hormone is causes luteinization of females and promote the production of testosterone in males. And so this is the role of pituitary gland in the induced breeding. And the collection of pituitary gland, it is very important. The proper selection of the donor fish is essential for success of induced breeding. This glands from immature or spent fishes do not give satisfactory results. So mainly the pituitary gland usually collected from freshly sacrificed fishes, but ice preserved fish specimens are also we can use. And the collection of the pituitary gland, it is suitable in the May to July months. In May, between May to July months is the favorable conditions for collection of pituitary gland from the carp fishes. So techniques there are two techniques which are following the collection of the pituitary glands. One is open dorsal side of the skull. From the open dorsal side of the skull, we can take the pituitary gland. And another way, that is open brain cavity through foramen magnum. So by these two methods, we are following in the extract collection of the pituitary gland. And after collection, the preservation of pituitary gland by two methods. One is absolute alcohol preservation and acetone preservation. Alcohol preservation, in this absolute alcohol preservation is, it is after 24 hours the glands washed with absolute alcohol, kept again in the fresh absolute alcohol. So this is the after collection of the glands, we can keep in the absolute alcohol for prevent the dehydration of the glands. So next, acetone preservation. This is process is going on in the Russia and America. This preservation is going on. So this after collection of the pituitary gland, we can preserve in the acetone. So this is also another method. And the preparation of the pituitary gland extraction is the extraction of the gland prepared just before injection. When we are ready to give injection, before that we have to prepare the pituitary gland extraction. So first of all, pituitary glands are weighed. First of all, we have to weight and homogenized and in the distilled water, and centrifuge this suspension. After centrifugation, the supernatant which is collected, that supernatant is that is the pituitary gland extraction. This is meant for the injection. And preservation of pituitary gland extraction. Now the pituitary gland extraction, we have to preserve in the glycerin, uh, kept in refrigerator for 24 hours. And also we can preserve in the propanol glycol and kept in refrigerator in 30 days. And we can keep in 1.5% TCA for 12 hours also. So this is the preservation of pituitary gland extraction. And the how to give the dosage of this pituitary gland extraction. For females we can give two doses, but males we can give only one dose. So in females we can give two doses. The one dose we call it as a preparatory dose, or it is also called initial dose. So this is the first dose, and second dose, that is called resolving dose, or it is also called final dose. So between the initial dose and final dose, the gap 5 to 6 hours minimum, the gap should be must. And male given only one dose at the time of the second dose given to the female. So this is the now how the what are the steps we have to follow in the giving the injection, giving to the pituitary gland extraction. One is intracranial method is also there, one of the method it is following in USA and Russia. And intramuscular injection is most common in our India. So the injections are mainly intraperitoneal injections are given at the base of the pelvic fin or pectoral fin. So injections given to the calves at angle of 45 degrees. So this is the method of injection. And after given injections the breeders are released immediately inside the breeding hoppers. So breeding hoppers are mainly they are made of the fine cloth, closed in all the sides excepting a portion of the top. The top should be open, and so all the breeders are released into the breeding hopper. And the spawning occurs within 3 to 6 hours after the second injection. And fertilized eggs of major crops appears like shining glass beads of crystal clear appearance. And the size of eggs from the same species of different breeders of. And the what are the techniques are there in the hatching of eggs? So eggs are collected after spawning of these breeders. So now the eggs are collected from the breeding appas and transferred into the hatching appas. So in the hatching appa contain two separate appas are there. One is inner appa and outer appa. There are two appas are present. The outer appa made up of thin cloth, and the inner appa made up of round meshed mosquito net cloth. So about 75,000 to 1 lakh eggs are uniformly spread in the inner appa. So the eggs are hatched in between 14 to 20 hours at the temperature is 24 to 31 degrees centigrade. So after hatching, the hatchlings are escaped into the outer appa by through the meshes of inner appa. So uh, after that, so this is the hatching appa. This is the structure of hatching appa. So some of the problems are there for a hypofilation technique. So the farmer cannot measure the potency of the available gland. This is the one problem. And serious difficulties in large scale collection and storage of pituitary. This is also one problem, and a large gap between the supply and demand of pituitary. This is also another reason, and like basic equipment like chemical balance, centrifuges, and refrigerator normally not available in the several fisher farms. So these instruments are very important. Due to lack of these instruments, it is also very problem. The pituitary gland is very costly in the market. So these are the things. These are the problems in the hypophyation. So in the hypophyation is one another uh, induced breeding, that is human chorionic gonadotrophin. So it is also alternative for pituitary gland extraction. So this is also one of the important, and this human chorionic gonadotrophin is also uh, more advantageous than the pituitary gland. So the main important, the fish attains maturity faster with the HCG, and for this HCG number of spawns are increased. The spawns are survival rate is better, and reduce the time gap between the preparatory and final dose. This is also one advantage. So this is also most economical, and this is available in all standard sources. uh, this is also important, and used more than the once for induced breeding in the same season, and the mortality rate is in the hatchlings, it is very negligible. So these are the advantages of HCG. So, and the ooprin, it is also a chemical uh, we are using in the directly collected. There are different laboratories are also preparing in India. The Glaxo, it is Bombay, it is also preparing this chemical ooprin, and this ooprin it is also very important. This is very lot of advantage is there. The rate of fertilization and hatching is higher. This is also one advantage. The ooprin, the size while giving of injection, the medicine, while taking of this medicine, the size of eggs after water hardening always considerably bigger in the ooprin treated fishes, and hatchlings obtain more healthier. This is also one advantage, and it is also more economical than pituitary. The post spawning mortality is in the fishes, it is very negligible, and male and female can injected only once, and recommended dose is 0.5 mg for fish. So generally the storage not require refrigerator storage and preserved at ambient temperature. So these are the advantages of ooprin, and this induced breeding is also we can do the by the process of overtide also. This is also another process, and induced breeding with another oopel. Oopel, it is also one of the uh, another step method it is following in the Hungary, this process, and the pituitary uh, gland extraction, uh, the preparation of this extraction is very important in the induced breeding. In the fishing hatchery operators should be trained in the induced breeding, and also for doing of induced breeding, the government of India to give financial support is also very very important, and technical support is also we have to give to the fishermen's, and production of seed is also uh, it is in the market, it is demand is very very important. The government of India should explore this possibility of having uniform fish feeding grading system and pricing. All these are also important for doing of induced breeding. So this is the induced breeding, or it is also called hypophyation. Okay, thank you.